All right, joining me now for another edition of Coach's Corner, NAHL edition, is head coach of the Knights, Tom Kowal. And Tom, first and foremost, we'll jump into it. Your guys getting an extended break between the last time they played against the Aston Rebels and then, of course, today against the Johnstown Tomahawks. About a little over 10 days, and there's a little bit of practice mixed in. But first, how does you feel that time off kind of served this team? You've seen them practice this week. Do you think it benefited?
Yeah, I mean, I think the boys came back, they were refreshed a little bit, but the telltale sign will be this weekend. I mean, and I've let the boys know that if they want to, down the road, have a weekend off when we don't play, time to go see some friends and family, or just kind of rest up their bodies, then they better come out this weekend and be ready to go. I think it was good for the players, it was good for the staff, it was good for billet families and the organization, just to step away from the rink a little bit. It's been pretty busy ever since they reported after training camp. So looking for big things. It was good. We had a good practice week this week. So I guess tonight and tomorrow night is going to be a big sign on how well that break was.
Sure. Now you have the Johnstown Tomahawks, as we talked about earlier, tonight and tomorrow, but obviously, coming off of the last two games you guys played against Aston, the offense not where you want it to be. Obviously couldn't get a goal that weekend, and the power plays, ticked down a bit towards 11%. So, we know a couple players have gone to the USHL that were offensively gifted, but how do you get that offense going again after a tough weekend like that in Aston?
We sat down with a lot of our guys and just said, hey, this is something they got to step up. When you're not scoring goals, we got to change a few things, and I think you're going to see us. You better see us this weekend shooting the puck more, sure, driving that, getting to the dirty areas. Obviously we didn't do exactly the game plan we wanted to against Aston. I think Aston did a good job taking us out of our game plan. So hopefully it proved to our guys and our staff that what we did that weekend didn't work. We got to change a few things, not much, but just change a few things. We changed a few line combinations, and we'll see if it works this weekend.
Now you have an affiliate player in this weekend, Joel Olmstead. Am I saying that right?
Jack Olmstead,
excuse me. Coming from the Little Caesars U18 program. He put up some impressive numbers there. I believe it's 14 goals in 20 games played. What have you seen from him out there in practice that you like so far?
We've been watching him. He was in camp this summer for our tryout camp. He's a kid that we've had an eye out on for a while now. We've got to see him play. I've had our scout squad and watch him several times. The Little Caesars, they produce great hockey players. So, Jack was able to come in early this week and come and work with us all week. We're looking for big things out of him. He's a kid we've already signed to a tender, a kid we're looking to come in next year and be a full-time player. So we want to give him a little taste. It'll give us as a staff an idea on what he needs to work on between now and then to be a full-time junior hockey player. But we're putting him in the lineup tonight, and we're gonna get to see what he can do and how he can adjust to the junior hockey game.
Sure, and as we mentioned earlier in this interview, Johnstown's in the building. They're on a bit of a losing streak. They've lost 4 games in a row. Obviously, the team came out of the gates very, very hot to start the season. What's the secret to playing them? I mean, they were here at the very beginning of the year, the first 2 games. How do you match up with them in terms of combating that physicality and that tenacity that they have a reputation for?
They're obviously made of big guys that want to rough and tough, and they're not afraid to get dirty in the corners, not afraid to get dirty anywhere in the ice. What we've been working on this week is use our speed, use our skill. They're going to be bigger and badder than us, but if we can, match that and play with our skill and move the puck and make them have to skate and chase us around, I think we'll have a good opportunity. We've been working all week on getting the puck behind their defensemen, making them have to turn around and go fetch the puck. Hopefully we'll execute our things. I feel confident as a staff that if our players go out and execute what we worked on all week, we should have a pretty good weekend. But it all comes down to one team's going to break that losing streak this weekend, and tonight's the first time we can, someone's going to be on a winning streak here before the night's over.
Absolutely. The Knights will take the ice tonight at 7:30 p.m. at the Revolution Ice Center at the same time tomorrow. Tomorrow is Feed a Friend night. We'll have some local TV personalities in the building to drop the puck, as well as an offer. If you come by and drop off a non-perishable at the concession stand, you're entitled to a free medium drink. If you want to catch tonight's game or tomorrow's game, you can tune into hockeytv.com or follow Twitter at WBS Nights for updates. Coach, I want to thank you for a few minutes, and we wish you the best of luck out there tonight.
Thank you very much, Tim.